What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 55 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Zhatan the Black Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, we had ourselves a very nice battle outside of Prague as Tsarina Katrin had decided to siege it and take advantage of the relatively weak army belonging to Kigel Skolson within. Anyway, Tsarina Katrin failed and gave us that very nice fight, and now Kislev is all the weaker. We can't threaten Kislev itself, at least not the main territory with Kigel's army, but having taken Erengrad, Astrogoth should be able to take care of it for us. Now, in terms of what we gotta do this time, let's just see here. Alrighty, well, there's a lot of armies back here that need to be moved, and oh, also, we had the Crooked Moon finally declare war on us, which is going to be something of an issue. Suddenly, there's a massive front line. This is sort of what we were planning with regards to the endgame scenario against the dwarfs, but now all of this is a pretty big front for us. So yeah, I gotta curb the expansion a little bit and try to take all this and fortify. We only have about 15 turns until the endgame scenario though, so we probably won't be able to fully fortify up to Karazakarak. We just don't have the armies necessary to do it, and I was hoping to knock out all of this first and then move up north, but it looks like we'll have to do this at the same time, which will slow us down at least a little bit. And you know what? So will the Skaven plagues. That is, well, it's going to be annoying. Just something that we have to deal with. In fact, Zhatan, go to Lamia. I mean, yeah, it's going to give you the Skaven plague, but I don't see any way we can avoid it. I guess what we could do is give it to Scaf Stonebeard, but then that's another army that is going to get plagueinated, and I guess Zhatan's is probably the one that should take it because it's a little bit stronger, and Scaf's is not yet complete, though it's getting there. Obviously, between the episodes, once again, as promised, I did a lot of the admin, namely moving around the lords and heroes that were more adminish, recruiting some units, tech thieving, all that sort of thing. Alright, Zhatan, you're gonna auto-resolve this, even though it's gonna give you the plague, hopefully not so badly damaging you that you will then lose a unit to this. But let's see. Oh wow, okay, we took like no damage from that. And we are going to, I mean, I guess sack the place. It's not actually all that much in the way of labor or money, but it's better than nothing. We could also raise it for the raw materials, but nah, just a second. Alright, Zhatan, you will have gotten... You did not get the plague. Oh my. Ah, okay, I was not expecting that. Well, I guess round 2. Try it again. And occupy the place as Terra Tier 5. Is this time you're gonna get the plague? No. Oh, yes. Okay, whoa. Okay, we need you to... Lamia receives plague. Yeah, we are well aware. Zhatan, leave the settlement. Hopefully that'll at least decrease the chances of you getting the plague. You are going to pop into billowing smokestacks, and Zhatan, you can get the heck out of there. Delete, you need to enter the territory as well, as you will be giving Zhatan all of his fancy new toys. I cannot wait for him to face off against an actual strong stack with that. And Mount Arachnos has been taken by the oracles of Tzeentch, who are our allies. How's our allegiance with them, by the way? Just out of curiosity. How close are we to... Oh, right, I was going to build some dragon ogres out of your army, but 14, yeah, not there. It'll be about 10 turns until we can recruit Khornate and Tzeentchian units. We'll get there, though. We'll have them for the massive number of battles at the endgame scenario. Anyway, you guys are now looking good to me. We obviously need to do some building, but we'll wait on that. Now, what about what's going on here? I see Queekhead Taker, and oh wow, that's a nice army. I would love for Zhatan to face off against that. What does Imrik have? He is kind of messed up, to be honest. Alright, here's what we'll do. First of all, Nabonahid Demon Keeper. Nabonahid. Let's go for ambush here, and then we'll take Kradtomen if Ikit doesn't, or Queek rather. I figured that it was Ikit because of all the doom wheels. Yeah, we'll do that. Then, Yobaz... You got blocked. Oh, you can't hit Dringo Karaz. And you can't reach Dringo Karaz. Oh, that is so rude. I didn't realize he got blocked. That's actually really irritating. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Annoying, but fair enough. I guess the question is if we could defend Spite Peak against this, and that's unlikely. What about Mad Hatter of Zharr? You can move there together. You'd both be in march stance, but together you should probably be able to defend it. Your army may not be complete, but it will be eventually. Alright, I would have preferred to have recruitment with you, but let's move you both to Spike Peak instead, at least for now. Also, I swear I put billowing smokestacks up in another territory, and I no longer remember which territory it is. And obviously the problem with that is that we probably have an inferior sort of buff going there, but oh well. Caracate Peaks looks like a decisive victory for the auto-resolve, though we do have armies nearby, which is kind of a concern. But probably not a strong enough army to threaten Draj's army. Alright, auto-resolve this, take Caracate Peaks, and actually some damage. What do we got in terms of sacking? And probably not that much. You know, let's just talk about his tower. Because I'm not entirely sure whether he can actually move away, and I'd rather not risk it right now. Alright, Zharr, you will heal up, though it depends, I guess, whether whether Clubba attacks you. And we shall see. Though even if he does, I think you'll be okay. You maybe just want to sit outside of the settlement, even at the cost of healing. Just because it'll enable you to, well, not get killed. Demolish that building, Overseer Jeg Throng. I guess you are going to follow. You can't go past Zharr, can you? No, you can't. Alright, go follow. It might be that Skarsnik comes to the Black Iron Mine, but we do have other stuff nearby. Also, Troop Train, away you go. You can't reach that guy anyway, we checked last episode, but that's fine. And just chase him down, and if he tries to jump away, I guess then you will intercept and destroy him. And oh, I guess if he runs this way, he also has to run to Zugruk Backslider, so yeah, alright. In this way, the Crooked Moon may still be able to help us. Anyway, Caracate Peaks, let's get those defenses up and running. What do we have here? Ah, yes, upkeep for Lamasu and Great Taurus. Yeah, we'll definitely build that. We will also build the... I mean, we will need public order here. And the money thing. Let's do that. And then let's go patrol routes, and then we will do 1 Fane Guard and 2 Prototype Mega Mortar. I'm inclined to actually rush the construction of both of these, so let's take a little bit of this stuff and transfer it to... Oh no, I don't... Oh, it's just 8 peaks, okay. Easy. Alright, like so. Lovely. Alright, and I'm probably actually going to cancel... You know what? Just to lower the admin a little bit... For the places that don't have a lot of workload, I think we're going to not collect this stuff. And yeah, we can sell it off from a lot of other places, but yeah. 350, and just too much effort to collect. Because these always overflow, and it's kind of annoying. And yeah, we could, and again, we could sell every turn. You know what, let's do this for a little bit, and then we'll bring them back, and then we'll just start selling off labor every turn, assuming that we don't need to rush construction for a while, because I will probably rush a lot of construction in the next few turns, because we do need to fortify once again. And for the endgame scenario, those mega mortars and stuff take a long time to build, and thus take a long time to rush. Also, yeah, okay, you're good there. And I just want to double check here. Okay, yeah, this looks good. Alright, that looks good. Now, you are going to get rushed, and you are going to get rushed. It's the fortifications that are needed. And I guess we can rush another level of this. The Dreadquake Mega Mortar is going to take too much in the way of building, but you know what? It's actually not so bad. Especially because we have Drash here lowering the construction costs. You know what? Maybe we just transfer and max out Caracate Peaks. And then at least we don't have to worry about the place getting taken because its defenses are going to be very strong that way. I like that. How much is this going to take? 450 and 450. We can actually lower it by taking Valea's Sorrow. You know, let's do it next turn. Once we take Valea's Sorrow, we will get the commandment, and then that'll lower the difficulty of doing that. Alrighty, how's our convoy? We got 3 and 3, so it'll be a while until a new one returns. I believe one of you... I think it was you. No, Ragnipash Sourskowl. You are our best army. Or one of our 2 best armies. And you are returning to capital, but we don't need to deal with convoys for 3 more turns, so we don't have to deal with the heroes either. Okay. Although, speaking of dealing with heroes... We do want, yes, let's get you on the field, Drumaruk. You guys are going this way, both of you. We need 3 because they're going to be joining Thrunbaj's army once he gets retooled. And we really want to retool him before the endgame scenario. Alrighty, so that one is now good. Let's get back to whatever needs to move. Why did I not move these guys? Oh, these are convoy heroes, eh? Alright. You know what I should have probably done? I should have probably renamed all the convoy heroes to just convoy hero, every single one, just so I don't get confused on them. But fortunately, in like 5 or 10 turns, we will never see them again because all the convoys will be full, so it won't be, it will not be an issue much longer. Raider Fazcard. And, oh right, this garbage. Look at the frickin' AI, it is such a coward, it is such an incredible coward. It's got 3 full stacks nearby and like 10 dragons between them, and it still didn't attack the Gabos. Well, we're obviously not gonna sit around here waiting for them to attack us with 5 armies when it's just basic unbuffed well, buffed but like not well-buffed Gabos. So you're all gonna sail out, let them have the Shrine of Sotek, and if they chase us out to sea, well, maybe we can try to find one, and if not, we'll find another place to attack. We don't have to sit here, basically. These guys are way too far away to actually threaten any of our territories, so they're not gonna be a concern. Anyway, Raider and Namtar, head out here. Find us some materials at sea. Come on, Namtar. What do we have here? Explore the island, and why does it keep doing that? Auto-resolve this, a little bit of damage, and we will take the labor. No, seriously, why does it keep doing that? Can't even move now? No, okay. It gave us materials at sea! I was not expecting that. Wow, thank you, Namtar. You are a god among dwarves. Let's get you into Kairos' territory where you can heal up. Damn, man, I'm so happy right now. This is going to... Okay, wait. We need to do things. We need to take advantage of this. Alright, we need to build things everywhere. I mean, over the next turn as well, but this means several things. We probably will want to take the opportunity to sell as much labor as we can then, which might mean transferring back some stuff. Or we could wait until next turn and we should be able to get about 200 out of every single place. I mean, get 200 out of several places right now, actually. Alright, you know what? Sell labor. Do we have 200 here? No. Do we have 200 here? Just barely. And I know we can transfer some. I'll wait on that. I don't have to do it for every single location at the same time. We need all the money. All the money. And this is the time to build everything so that we never have to do any admin again. This is good, man. And I just moved all the labor out the last turn, which is the funny thing. Okay, I guess we're gonna take 1, 2... something my shoe, accept. Like so, and then we'll sell and sell. Alrighty, I'm assuming that there were other places where we could have sold. Yes, like these places. So you need... Okay, 100, 200, 300. 200, 200, 700, and... Okay, 800. We need 800. I hope I counted that right, because I'm not doing it again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, and let's say, I don't know, 3, doesn't really matter. Alright, then... Oh man, you can't see... Oh, that is irritating. You can't actually see the places that... Okay, well, let's just assume it's one of these. Well, I'm gonna hope it's this one and this one, but I don't know. And then... 1, 2... 1... 2, 1? Oh, there was another one. I have no clue. Oh, the CY really needs work. It really, really does. Alright, I'll sell the labor. And it really also needs to not go up the list every single time it does that. Oh, man. The things I do for slight amounts of money. Just like real life. Let's see. I live behind the Wendy's. Anyway, let's see. Okay, you guys need 100 and 100. What are you called? Red Wastes and Ancient Giant Lands. 1, 2. And... Okay, I missed them apparently. Oh, here we go. Red Wastes and Ancient Giant Lands, like so. Alright. 1, and 2. Alright, that's as good as it's gonna get right now. Okay, now let's find a battle. I need to cleanse my brain of all of that. Let's see. Zhatan has moved. Infernal Recruiter Zork. Oh, you do need to be building, or you need to be recruiting, actually, for our new... Oh, wait, no. We're waiting one more turn. We need the armament cost reduction, which is why we're saving up armaments. We need a lot more artillery pieces. So, Zork, stay there for one more turn. Internal Recruiter... Okay, wait. Yobaz, yes. Since you can't reach Dringo Kurez, I'm gonna put you right here in ambush, mind you. And we're gonna keep Overseer Vargash nearby. Blocked or not, you should both be able to reach Dringo Kurez next turn, and we'll see if they try to attack you there. Okie dokie, who's up next? Delete. Ah, you have arrived with the Iceforged Legion number 2, which means you're going out this way. I wonder, would it be faster by sea or by land? It looks like it would be... looks like it'll be slightly faster by land. Not by much, mind you, but by land it is then. Alright, well, away you go, buddy. And do we have any more armies that can move? No, it looks like we don't. Alright, so I guess we'll need to finish up the building, and then we can hit the end turn, and then we'll see. Alright, materials at sea. Time to take advantage. Like I said, we'll start from the bottom this time. How much do these cost now? You know what, let's build them up. I might even, while we have materials at sea, rush all their construction. We do have the requisite labor, after all. Not super important right now, mind you, but we could. Zoyshank, we're probably going to give you away, so I'm not going to bother with you. And same with Fort Strask. Jungles of... Okay, we're going to ignore you. Spike Peak... Where's Spike Peak again? Oh, right here. We are going to actually keep you, so just let's build you up. Alright, Blightwater. We have a ash level here. Let's go for production plant. We'll need a defensive structure here as well because, well, dwarfs are going to spawn nearby, but for now you're fine. This isn't actually a good place to have this, though it is giving us castle land capacity, but I think we'll replace that and put it elsewhere. You, production plant, please. Devil's Backbone, Mahrak, let's get you up and running. Granite Massif, you will also need walls, because dwarfs will spawn here. Mahrak is reasonably far, so maybe the ash level can be kept here? Not entirely sure. I'll think about it. Kingdom of the Beasts, yes, lots of stuff to build here. Let's go for the Goat Herd, let's go for the Rail Network. And, you know what? No, not Rail Network, it's too expensive. At least for now. Temple Guardhouse, well, we did just sell money for a reason. Sell money? We did just sell labor for a reason. Let's also get the donation barrel. Oh, you lack a demon smithy. A little bit unfortunate, but what can you do? We will be replacing this Hobgoblin Bivouac with it later. Yeah. Carrick 8 Peaks. I was, I believe, waiting to take Vallea's Sorrow to build something else. We still need... Well, we still need the Demon Smithy here either way. Let's do that. Alright, Black Blood Pass. Yes, upgrade to the Demon Smithy. Yes, everything here gets upgrades. Everything here gets upgrades. Ah, look how cheap these things are. Fantastic. Oh, materials at sea. Definitely the best thing to get in the Chaos Dwarf campaign. Okay, no on the rail network. If we have surplus, we'll build the rail networks, because we have been sort of not building them in a few places, but right now it's not super critical. Desolation of Nagash. Is there a reason we still have the Hobgoblin Bivouacs, or are we able to get rid of this here? I think we're able to get rid of it, so out. And let's go for the Gunsmith here. I guess we don't need walls in this place, so we can get capacities. Alright, and what, was there something else to be built? Oh, Nagashazar stuff, alright. Nagashazar, then. Ooh, hello. Great Halls of Nagashazar. Money immune to vampiric... Okay, this is actually kind of garbage, so we don't need to rush it. It doesn't really give us anything useful, but we will build it, especially while it's cheap. You are going to get the donation barrel, and I guess, regardless of what else, you're going to get the Ziggurat tenements. You probably could have used the... Oh! You don't have a Mega Mortar. Do we need the Mega Mortar at the Desolation of Nagash? Closest dwarfs spawn here at Karakazul, but Karakazul itself will have the Mega Mortar. You know what, I'm gonna avoid it because I don't want to get rid of any of these things. Yeah, alright. Up next, Karakazul, Fane Barracks, and let's go Factory Walls. Let's upgrade those factories at the Black Iron Mine. Hopefully before it gets attacked, we will keep the Hobgoblin Bivouacs because this is a front line location and we may have a need of them. Sump Pit, you are not going to go with Gold Panners, I think. Our money's okay. We still need a massive amount of armaments, but I feel like our gold is in a pretty good place, and I don't want to reduce the amount of raw materials that we get from all sources at this point. So instead, we're going to go for an ash level here and increase capacity. Peak pass. Yes, yes, yes. Anything we can afford. Everything we can afford. There we go. Alright, up next, Haunted Forest. Well, now's the time to upgrade to the Tower of Hushut. Tithe Chamber for you, and let's go with... Well, this place is also a capacity location. Let's go for one of these. Nothing else to be built there, and at least nothing that's important. Jungles of Qian, it's time, Qian rather. Let's get to you also. One of these ziggurat tenements. Beautiful. Okay, that's out of raw materials, but still money and still armaments to go, and we will continue using those. And, oh, Rakazul also needs stuff. Yeah, let's go for lava fields, and let's go for... These are fairly cheap, like so, and... Wait, I guess if we're building the public order building, we're gonna go ahead and go for the demon smithy instead. It's more important. Alrighty, Cursed City. Yes to your upgrade. Yes. It's costly, but it's never gonna get less costly. Riverlinsk, we're waiting until next turn. Lamia, our new place. You are switching to Billowing Smokestacks. You know what? We have to make use of Masterful Architects right now, so we'll switch off of that for now, but we'll obviously switch back afterwards. And I guess we'll wait other than for the Fang Guard and the Prototype Mega Mortar. You know what? Get Signal Fires right now. And I forget, are we able to build Signal Fires in these places? Okay, not until they're tier 3. We'll do this. And then we are going to rush this. It's going to cost us 200. This is the Crater of the Walking Dead. 1, 2, Crater of the Walking Dead. Be down here somewhere. Maybe. Right here. Alright, we'll get rid of the anti-plague building later on, but right now, while we have the Skaven Plagues. In fact... Do we have more Skaven Plagues here? Okay, not right now, but any main territory I think that we take will be needing one of those now. And we'll switch back to Billowing Smokestacks after we're done building. Anyway, speaking of building, let us continue. Where were we here? Riverlinsk, we skipped. Okay, this was the Crater of the Walking Dead, so we go next. Red Fortress. Well, I guess now's the time to build those monster pens. Nanchang Basin, let's upgrade you to Tower of Hushut 225. Well, isn't that just fantastic? Goramadni Mountains. 2700, doable, and oh, Great Kiln of Hushut. So expensive, and yet now is the time, so it's gonna be built. Ash level, there we go. Oh, materials at sea. You make me so happy. Marry me, materials at sea. Fire Enclave and Great Kiln of Hushut. And I will absolutely love not having to go to all these territories again and just constantly look for what needs to be built. It's going to be fantastic as well. Let's see. You are missing the public order thing, the patrol routes. I guess we don't technically need it here, but, well, I don't know. I guess we could build it, or we could just go for capacity. We don't really need it everywhere. Honestly, at this point, it's more critical that we get the Sorcerer Prophet's Estate until they're maxed out, so maybe we'll just go for another lava field instead. Screw it. Mountains of Morn, Great Kiln of Hushut, and build. Good, everything's maxed out there. And I guess here as well, same thing. Yeah, this is going to cost us an insane amount of armaments, but think about all the time saved from admin in the future where we don't have to look at all these territories anymore. Alright, keep building everything. Oh, materials at sea. Look at you. Everything getting upgraded without a care for the cost. Now, this is industry. Alrighty, and Great Kiln of Hushut. We're starting to run out of armaments, alas, but once again, worth it. Alright, good, and yeah, we're basically upgrading everything in the same way as this is the stuff that we've been saving on upgrading. But it's fine. You are good. Wait, what did we need to build here? Oh, I missed you. Goat farm. How could I miss a goat farm? Alright. And iron level, and I believe that's the last great kiln that we can build. And there's another one here, but not to worry, we have more materials at sea in the next turn, and we're nearing the end of what we can build. A Blasted Expanse. I guess you are also going to go for the gold panners, but we'll do that afterwards. Alrighty, that was a heck of a time adminning. That's a word. What did I not build at Blasted Wastes? Oh, right. I forget things. Okay, and I believe that's it. Now I'm just looking around thinking, wait, was there anything else that we have to do? Oh, between the episodes while I was doing admin and diplomacy, we now have a defensive alliance with Clan Scryer, which means shortly we will have access to Skaven tech, finally. We've been waiting for that for basically the entire campaign, so I'm particularly excited about that. Wintertooth, we will want a military alliance with you. I'm just not sure that we want it right now. Who is Wintertooth not allied with? They're not allied with the Chaos Legion. And they are allied with the Shadow Legion. Maybe it is time. I don't imagine that Wintertooth will attack Archaon or anything, right? It's unlikely, at least I would think it's unlikely. Alright, let's do this. I just want mammoths and some other stuff. Do we want to just let them keep their money? Nah, you know what? We need all the money that we can get, even if this is all their money. For the obvious reason that we are using a lot of it. Did we actually have any gold left over this turn? Yeah, we had a little gold left over, yeah, which means our gold is in a good place, so it's all armaments now. I mean, it was all armaments for a while. It's been, I should say, all armaments for a while, but yeah. Outpost upgrade available 1, since we have gold left over. And Chaos Dwarf Colony, yes. And building upgrade of... You know, this is just Zoishank. Alrighty, now we have no gold remaining, no raw materials, no armaments, no nothing. Our armaments are going to, however, go back up to 7k, which is pretty good. I can't believe we got materials at sea twice, and this is why you want to send armies out at sea. I really need to get into a better habit of doing it in every campaign that I run, because a single time of materials at sea just gives us so much value. It's insane. And, oh! What is this? Imrik has indeed decided to attack us. Oh, well. This is, and this should be fun. Imrik himself is going to be a toughie to bring down. I believe the Mage of Fire is also on a dragon, so we will have 2 dragons to face off against 3 with this Moon Dragon. We have access to no artillery pieces, but fortunately neither do they. And we still have... Yeah, this is going to be tough. This is definitely going to be tough. Are either of you mages? No, but yeah, the Mad Hatter does have mages, so we should still be able to, hopefully, deal with this. Let's see if we can. Here we go. Alrighty, here we go. Truly a Hashut blessed day. We have Imrik on the field yet again, and definitely the toughest lord that we've had to take on so far. I really don't think that we can actually fight him, really, with this army, and while we can probably hobgob the rest of his army, we'll probably do our best to avoid Imrik. Really the only way that we could bring him down, because of the massive amount of fire resistance he has, is, well, it's not the Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders, it'll have to be the reinforcement blunderbusses. So if we can get him in such a position where both the blunderbusses can fire at him for a while, that way we can bring him down, but otherwise it'll be an issue. Anyway, the enemy has set up a nice little sort of formation here, huh? I've never seen the AI do this like this. That's pretty cool. I wonder why I did that this time. But anyway, unfortunately for it, this is a really tight formation, and that means the Wrath of Zharr is going to hurt. All those poor spears, the cannonball moving right through that blob of units. Absolutely fantastic. There we go. That spell doesn't generally do a lot of damage, but for once, it looks like it did. Otherwise, we're going to be annoying the enemy with our Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders for as long as possible. Since the enemy is going to wait for its reinforcements, that really does work for us. In fact, it would have been worse for us if if Mad Hatter and his Chaos Dwarfs weren't able to arrive on the field, because these guys would have gotten absolutely wrecked by it. Probably not the Hobgobbos, but Well, not the Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders, but the rest of the Hobgoblins. Absolutely would have. Anyway, the enemy is moving onto the field with some reinforcements, and that sounds like a grand time to drop at least one barrage of the Dreadquakes on him. Not going to do a crazy amount of damage, just damaging 3 units of spears, but, you know, we got to get the thing on cooldown since we have multiple uses of it. Oh, one of the Shadow Warriors took half damage to that, though, so not so bad. Alrighty. That had to be used. Now, while we're at it, let's use a few more spells. We're going to summon the units of Kadai Fireborn on the field, and this is time to drop the Hashut's Doom Rocket, all the while allowing our ranged units to continue harassing the enemy. That said, it looks like the dragons have been let loose and are going after our flyers and using their Dragon's Breaths on us. 4 dragons to take care of, Meneathnir, a couple of one Sun Dragon, and a couple of Moon Dragons. Fortunately, no Star Dragons here. Oh, the Lord is riding the Moon Dragon, but that doesn't change the fact. Another Wrath of Zharr coming down into this formation, and at the very least our bound abilities have done a decent amount of damage to the enemy. That said, Imrik has nearly caught up to some of the Hobgoblins, but it looks like we are able to get these 3 dragons at the very least. Ooh, another Moon Dragon Breath. Oh, I like that one. And kind of reminds me of the Noxious Breath from the Black Dragon, I want to say, although that's a bit greener. But honestly, I don't see Moon Dragons a lot. In fact, I very rarely see them. Most of the time, it's either Star Dragons or Sun Dragons. Wonder why that is. I was just thinking about why that could possibly be, but anyway, it's not important, at least not right now. Here we go. Our lords and heroes have also found the enemy, both Lamasu and the Bale Tauruses, and a regular Taurus here as well. Alrighty, and hopefully we can surround and kill the Archmage here. How much HP do you have on the dragon? Not so much. The regular dragons, I believe, have a considerably more HP than the Archmages do when riding. I believe that's the way it sometimes works, although I could be mistaken. Anyway, it looks like we're getting a little bit of a taste of our own medicine as the enemy Archmage has cast a Flame Storm to try to slow down and catch our Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders. Fortunately for us, that has failed, but the Moon Dragon Breath does manage to kill off a few of our Gobos, and what's left behind from the Moon Dragon Breath also reminds me of the Noxious Breaths of the Black Dragons. Interesting. Anyway, looks like we've got a bit of an Air Force fight going on. This is certainly not something we've seen a lot of throughout this campaign. We're going to pop a few debuffs on them, more than a few debuffs on them. Final Transmutation, Poison, Flammable, Soul Blight, and Plague of Rust. Minus 60 armor between those two and a lot of damage reduction, nearly having the amount that is done by the dragons. It was absolutely needed, however, as the Mad Hatter is quite in trouble now, dropping down to about a third of his HP. We're going to get a Spirit Leech on the enemy Moon Dragon, mostly because it has less spell resistance than the enemy Archmage does. But otherwise, our 4 units will be continuing to fight these 2 dragons. The third dragon, or the third Archmage of Death here, is going to get surrounded by Hobgoblins and hopefully ripped apart by our Wolf Raiders. I'm glad that the enemy separated these 2 from this one, mostly because, well, it's a lot easier to take the separated one down. And we do still have to be careful, but it looks like finally the air battle is starting to go our way. This Moon Dragon is nearly done, especially as it is getting hit by the Spirit Leech, and will be dropping soon, and so same goes for the enemy Fire Mage. Alright. And, oh, freaking, okay, what? Sorry, 1 second. There's somebody at my door, apparently. Alright, sorry about that. What I was getting at is that while these dragons are being fought, and while 2 of them are just about done for, the real battle is not yet begun. That was more of a skirmish, even though it did involve a lot of the enemy elites. We've got our own cannon fodder marching towards the enemies right now, Silverian Guard about to meet the goblin laborers of various types, while the rest of our army marches towards the enemy as well. Anyway, let's bring down these dragons if we can, hopefully both of them, so that we won't have to deal with them again. You are probably going the wrong way, and I expect you to drop. Yes, yes, no, really. Oh, that must have been annoying. And just lifted off only to drop. Well, there we go. Those guys are done for. We got some hobgoblins annoying some enemy archers here, and it looks like the other enemy mage is about to get brought down as well. I guess, I wonder, does Imrik start with a mage named Michaela? I remember there was a Michaela in my Imrik campaign as well. Some factions do certainly start with specifically named heroes like the vampire counts do, I should know at this point. But anyway. Yeah, well, it looks like Michaela's pretty much done for, as the Lamasu and the Tauruses. Oh, it's one of each kind of unit. Chase her down. Over here, the real battle, I guess, has begun now. We've got a fair few units, and the bounce power has shifted in our favor, but we still have Imrik to contend with. But the rest of our units are going to move in to reinforce. Now, the goblins are not very buffed. So that's obviously going to be a concern here, as we have to move through all of these Silveran Gar and spears, and the enemy buffs the spears fairly considerably. Silveran Guard are at 63 in terms of their melee defense, which is pretty darn good, and the spears are at 51. We do have those bound spells. There's a Dreadquake Battery Barrage, who is hurting these guys, but we had to do it far enough away so as to not damage our own units. Damn, that's a lot of elves to take care of, though. Yeah, this battle now certainly starting to remind me of a historical title a little bit, just by virtue of how long it's taken to work through the enemy formation. I'm also losing my voice a little bit. If I sound weird, that's why. Anyway, here comes another spell. Is this another Dreadquake Barrage, I believe? And it looks like some fairly decent hits. We're going to follow that up, however, with, I believe, a Flames of Asgore. Or was it a Flame and Shadow? No, Shadow and Fun. No, it was a Doom of Hasha. Nope, it was... I think that was a Flame and Shadow, yeah. Well, just casting as much as we can. We do have to get rid of these enemy ranged units, as they are being quite threatening to us. The enemy melee are certainly engaged, but it's the range that are going to dish out the damage. You also may notice the distinct lack of Imrik on the main enemy line. Well, that's because we cast the Spirit Leech on him. He got really upset at that, and has started to chase one of our Demonsmith Sorcerers around, who is just going to keep running. Obviously, he can't actually fight Imrik, and if Imrik's going to waste his time being distracted like this, well, we're certainly going to take advantage of it. Still a lot of enemy infantry to move through, and they are doing a decent job at blocking off our own infantry in order to prevent them from rushing the enemy range units. So good job to them. Fortunately, it looks like our hobgoblins, which are currently on the flanks, are pretty much done with what they had to do, and will now be moving around to flank these guys, and the same thing will go for our cav, which we're destroying another unit of archers out there. So here they come to help out. Okay, yeah, miss every shot. Okay. Alright, still a lot of arrows coming in. We do still have to be careful, but the balance of power continues to creep further into our favor. The Searing Dooms also being dropped upon the enemy, helping out quite a bit. Enemy Noble on a Great Eagle here, down to 750 HP, and being focused down by Blunderbusses and by the Goblin Archers. And should be dropping in a few. If we can get a proper volley with the Blunderbusses, there it is. The Blunderbusses knock him down. And yet another Searing Doom. You gotta love spamming that spell. Alrighty, pretty glorious fight. We've been getting some good fights lately. I'm pretty happy about it. Let's see what we're working with. Now our cav are moving in and starting to surround the enemy. In the center of the enemy line, we will continue dropping spells, whatever spells we can. Basically anything that's not on cooldown, as we do still have some mana remaining. So we're going to pop the final transmutation. Not going to do a lot of damage here, but every little bit of trickle damage counts. Plus it looks really cool. Alright, doesn't last very long, however, but we'll work with what we've got. There's another nice shot from those blunderbusses, and the cavalry and archers are now knocking down the enemy shadow warriors. The enemy is now completely surrounded from every side, and the last of their units about to be destroyed. I do believe that's it. I just saw these archers start running, and that means the chain route is finally here. Alrighty, well, that certainly went in our... Oh, wait, the chain route is not here, I lied. Who's still fighting? Okay, actually, the chain route is here. It's just that these guys are terrified, and oh, maybe while they're terrified, they can't shatter? Is that what's happening here? Because this is the only unit still fighting. No, oh, there was another unit, a spearman unit in the center. There we go. Now, the main army is done for. The enemy definitely screwed up in that battle in several ways, but they're all kind of related to each other. It wasted its dragons, and it sent them off by themselves, and while most of them got killed, and they did do some damage, but most of them got killed, and granted, it took our lord out of the fight, essentially, and badly hurt the others, and then Imrik wasted his time chasing around one of the demonsmith sorcerers rather than contributing to the fight. I still think we probably would have won it even if Imrik had been contributing, but if his mages had been able to actually continue supporting and casting on the rest of on our forces rather than what they were doing, which is, you know, lying dead, it would have been a much, much more difficult battle, especially if they had gotten a nice, that flame storm that they wasted on a couple of our units on our hobgoblin wolf raiders could have done a lot of damage to our main army. Sorry, Imrik. You're gonna have to fire that mage. Anyway, I'm just gonna chase everybody down as best we can. Hopefully we can get some decent amounts of labor. This time we did destroy quite a few of those elven units. A Pyrrhic victory, but hardly surprising considering these armies that we used here are neither ready nor buffed very well. So yeah, I think they did a good job, and at the very least, by virtue of the relative weakness of the army, it got us a pretty nice battle. Ooh, alrighty. Nice little debut for the Mad Hatter at the very least, though he came very close to dying. Obviously, he doesn't actually have his army, though the Chaos Dwarf warriors that he has with their glorious, glorious hats didn't do too bad in that battle. The brunt of the damage was taken by the hobgobs, which is appropriate. Imrik, though, is just too scary. We can't be fighting him. And yeah, I think only Zhatan, out of all of our lords currently, would be able to fight him. There's no way that if Draj can't beat Thorgrim in a one-on-one, that he can beat Imrik, and I also doubt that Astrogoth can as well. Imrik is definitely one of the stronger fighty lords in the game. I would be curious to see him take on Zhatan, though. If we can get him up here before the Knights of Kaldor are destroyed, we'll give it a try. And, ooh, yes, 1,000 labor for that. There we go, finally. A nice reward for that. Hopefully he didn't transfer plague to us. But at the very least, it seems that we do have the blessing of the Father of Darkness this day, as not only did we get materials at sea, Imrik came along to us instead of us having to hunt him down. Galleon's Graveyard, you want a military alliance? I mean, I guess. More allegiance. Would you give us more money? We need more money. There you go. I suppose in theory he could get us into a war. I hope that I hope that Nagaron doesn't hate Noctis. The thing is, Noctis is destroying the... What? Why? Why would you do this, Aranessa? What don't you like? You don't like our treaties with the Exiles of Khorne. Are you fighting them? You're not actually fighting them. You don't even dislike them that much. You just... why? I was hoping to get an alliance with you, and we had just allied with Clan Scry. Well, maybe we can trade them something, or give them some money, or something. I just really don't see why we would want them fighting us. And hey, we did get an underway interception against that stupid little army. Beautiful. Well done, troop train. Alright, anybody else gonna attack us? And... I think we can just auto-resolve this one. They have no chance. And the reason they have no chance is because this is a minor settlement. So this is more than enough. I was thinking if we had a full stack, then we'd actually fight, but there's no need to bother. We have better fights, clearly, to come. Let's also get the, I don't know, continue the labor, I guess, because we can sell it off for more money. Siggy, what you want? You want us military access? No, 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 no. Oh, we don't want that. Military alliance with Belacor. You are probably going to lose Conquata. I'm not going to do this right now because I fear that Nagaron wouldn't appreciate it, and they just provide us so much cash right now. Sisters of Twilight, you want a peace treaty? That's not going to happen. Malekith loves the fact that we're annoying you, so yeah. Alrighty, Vanaheimlings, and oh, that looks like that is indeed it. Alrighty, well, I guess with that then, considering the fact that we have, yeah, we've gone way out of time, so I am going to call the episode here. We can, okay, probably just do this. Dragon Slayer for Overseer Blackbeard. Swell, I would actually like that on somebody else. Oh, and Imrik's still right here for another quick defeat, and there's the Vermin Flail as well. Ooh, might actually be able to fight both. Oh, wait, if we can do this right, if we can have these guys take Dringo Karaz, we might be able to have Yobaz and the Gobs take on Queek, who has a frickin' great army. I'd really love to fight that fight. So we'll see about that. I'll just skip the rest of this or take a look through the rest of this. Confederation, Karazakarak and Karakadrin, their last hurrah, I guess, because they're both in pretty dire straits. Each one had one settlement left, and well, now they have 2 settlements left. And there we go, the Weapons of War is completed, meaning we do have the armament cost reduction, which we will be using, another Khanate Raider, Tower of Zharr reward, and that is that. Alrighty, now I'm most definitely calling it. Next time we continue all the wars, Khazad Irkolaz, possibly Imrik, Queek, and there's a lot of stuff to do, maybe some elves at sea. Honestly, there's so many battles to choose from right now, I'm not sure which one we'll be fighting next time, but I'm sure we'll find a good one, so stay tuned for it. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to Materials at Sea, and thanks for watching.